Hi everyone, this is Lee Jones and we're going to do a 16 by 20 inch canvas today in fall colors since it's Thanksgiving. So I've layered my cup with all of the leftovers except for the bright yellow and some of the orange. I didn't need that as an extender, so I'm going to fast forward to the point where I have actually filled my cup. Gold, we're going to go ahead and put in the corners. It doesn't have to look pretty, it just has to be thin. And in fact, I watched Sarah Mack do this the other day. She poured some white, like a pillow of white in her center. And then she poured some gold into it. So I think that's what I'll do. And she drizzled it like this. So I try not to copy. I try to learn and be inspired and like put my own spin on some of the things I've learned. I know that being able to make boulders or layers in the big cells came from watching Sarah Mack. I give her all the credit, and I'm very pleased that I've been able to make the boulders. I absolutely love making them. If I had my way, I think I would do that every day. I would do others, but I would also do paint pour that ends up with boulders. I just love it. So I hope today that we will actually do that as well. This is our cup, and I'm going to pour it out right where it was poured into. And I'm going to lean forward and hope that you can see the paint coming out. Start the pour. So what went in last is going to come out first, and what is in the bottom of the cup is going to come out last. Almost finished. There's no way I can stop it with my other hand because I'm leaning on my elbow. I'll weight on the elbow. So I'll use my trusty method of slowly tilting the cup backwards. First I'll go forward, extreme, rippling back and forth. It gives it like a pathway effect. I love that. I come up with the paint. The back of the cup, the bottom of the cup is slowly going to be tilted downward as the front goes forward. And then, as those of you that have watched me, I will put this, when it dries, I will add this to my collection on my twinkle lights. The yellow is just too yellow. So what I'm going to do is take this orange, put the yellow in it, mix it up, dull it down, and then I have this brown that I'm going to pour around it, but I'm going to take a little bit of the brown, and it's metallic brown or whatever, I'm just calling it brown. I'm putting it in here to really dull it down make it a pretty fall color. So that's going to go ahead and be the color in between on the canvas here. And we're going to put more on this side since this is the side that doesn't have a lot of paint. I mean, there's a lot of open area with. Okay, so we've got some beautiful cells developing here. I'm going to go into this one just because I like this color. I don't mind having it stay in the pour. I don't think I need the orange after all. I think I have plenty of paint right here. I'm going to put a thin line right inside that sage green. And the paint is now really settling. There's cells happening. Whoops. So now the palette knife, make sure it's not holding on to any paint. And if you want to get dried paint off of something, the quickest way to do it is put wet paint on it, and then it'll come off really fast. Okay, so you're centered. The lighting is okay. You're able to see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to pull this out to the edges. That's already pulled out. We're not going to worry about the sides because there's a lot of paint in the paint pour itself. So it's going to drip off. So I'm going to use the turntable to spin it one time. No, I changed my mind, because what's going to happen is the centrifugal force is going to take paint off both of these sides, and these sides are going to basically be lopsided then. So I'm going to move the turntable out of the whole project here, and set it down. Okay, so this has the most space. I love these cells. This time maybe the white little bubbles that come up will disappear instead of lasting my last pour. I would have rather had the white dots not be there, and I know that means I could have used a color for the pour, like made sure it was gold. Mina Villegas uses colors for underneath where she's going to, like for her pillow, paint pillow, she'll use gold a lot. If I can get a corner, like a nice I don't know how to say it, where the paint seems to be able to make it where it's going to go off the corner nice and sharp. Like instead of having it curved like this, it will come to more of a point, so you don't have to lose all of this part, especially this, just to get this to come off. So I'm going to end up doing this. So we're going to use the typical way to tilt and stretch the paint instead of the pizza, primarily because I'm really focusing on finding objects, and that requires me to tilt it with the light hitting it. Okay, so I'm losing a lot of paint right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here, take some of this paint, and use it as extender so that hopefully the paint will come faster. Oh, and I'm losing my boulders. So I'll go like this. And the C-hooks underneath are supposed to help me hold on to the canvas. This is when the thinner paint would have been helpful. Well, that was good, Eiley. So I don't know if you noticed how I just used my hand to pull it over. Okay, so I don't mind taking this. This all can come off or going like that. So this is what I would really like to protect, this last corner. I'll set it down for a second so it can kind of balance itself. These right here I really like. My orange, beige, well, my Rouge Champagne by Artist Mine with white was poured in the compartments, and after it dried, it had little cottage cheese, or like little pieces of sand actually. That I'm not sure where it came from. I'm trying to figure it out. I think it might have been the white. Not sure. So we have a nice path into the center. Actually, though, I'm losing my cells here. So I'm just gonna get rid of it down to the beige right there. And I'm just making sure that so listen to be mindful of the tape. So there was hardly anything on, like back far now, because I've already taken it off. What will be important is the edge where it's coming off of the canvas. So now, as far as the composition, if I tilt it backwards to get more of this tunneling right here that I like, what it's going to do is it's going to stretch this part, and this caramel right here is also going to be stretched. So I think that's what I want to do. I'm going to do it like backwards for you. I'll make it where it comes down instead of goes up. So I'm just going to have it like this, and keep your eyes, let's see. Okay, so the point is to get the pathway, this is what I consider a pathway, to be stretched and longer, and have this part be in down here. Now, if this continues, I'm going to see if I didn't get all of it. Those types of things that happen in the ribbons usually indicate there's mucka mucka. So I really like the way this is stretching, how we're bringing this. I'd like to bring it not only down but also more towards the corner over there. No, I just love the cells that are here, the different layers, the multiple, like a slice of a stone. So we've got it to lower. Now we want it to go that direction. There's a piece of white right here. This is what I was referring to earlier. This is not part of the canvas. This is not a bubble. It's white. So I'm going to take it from this, and I'm going to, what it is a piece of white paint that disappears once you smash it. I need to have a smaller strainer if I'm going to use the 3 bottles of paint that seem to have this issue. Giving us a longer pathway, getting rid of some of that top that was uninteresting to me. That strip of oranges is interesting. So one of the things too is dabbing those little pieces of white with the color. The color is on the very surface of this. So by doing this, it allows the green to not have the little white dots in it. Okay, I think I have came to a place where I like it. Trying to get the shine of the copper paint is glistening. The gold is blended in with the whites and the yellows. The glistening is just incredible though. I can't see. Let's see if I can focus on the layers of the cells. And there we go. The pathway right up like a typical boulder pour.